Okay guys, this video is sponsored by Shortform. Shortform are the only company I've ever decided to do an ad with, and the reason is I think it's so on brand, it's so on topic with what we do in terms of self-improvement. A lot of people describe it as book summaries on steroids. I would say for us lot, it's like a time-saving self-improvement tool. For example, today is probably the first sunny day we've had in England since the winter began. And I was sat outside, headphones in, listening to an audio book, another book that I haven't listened to yet. So there's so much variety on there. And I was able to sit outside in 30 minutes, eat my breakfast, listen to this, you know, save all that time, tick 2 kind of boxes at once, and then get on with my day. So there's 2 options, guys. You can pay monthly or you can pay annually. So as in you pay upfront all in one go for the year. Everybody gets a 5-day free trial, which gives you full access to all of the content on there. And if you want a 20% discount, guys, on the annual plan, use my link below, which is in the bio. Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about the most effective way in the modern era to get women. Okay, and I think this is a foolproof system. I've been in this men's lifestyle industry for a long time now. I've had time to look into this industry, date multiple women, like beautiful women of different standards. And I think I've kind of like cracked the system. I think I don't want to say I've completely figured it out because I'm about to do this. Okay, like the life setup thing, how to use online duality. I've known what to do for a long time, but I've held back on it because I'd rather put my money back into my business, which I've done now. And I'm now in a position where I can start doing the life setup thing and showing you guys how effective it really is in terms of online duality. Now, one thing that I've realized about women over all these years is that they love enjoyment. That song, girls just want to have fun. It's true, okay? They don't... I was going to make a video on this, but I'll include it in this section. I don't think, you know, women are talking about equality, feminism, all this shit, right? Gender pay gap. I don't actually think women want to work. I think there's a small pool that want to, but like 95% of women would be happy not having a job. They'd be happier if they were just a pretty face, you know, who was a social personality getting paid just to model clothes. I think a lot of them would want that dream life. And we're in a world now where we're like driving them to become successful entrepreneurs, successful 9-to-5 workers, rise to the top, become CEO. I just don't think a lot of them want it. A lot of the women that I speak to are stressed, they're tired, they're pissed off. They don't want the life that is being pushed on them in this modern era. And when you kind of say to them, like let's go on holiday, I'll pay, it doesn't matter. They're like, no, equality, I want to pay. And they've had this thing driven in their head, but I just don't think they're happy. And once you get it through to them, like, it's okay, I got this, I earn like 50 times more than you, relax. They kind of like switch off and they like go back into their like estrogen-filled feminine role where they're very much more submissive, and they sit back and go, oh yeah, this actually feels nice, I like this. Like, how many women have a child, quit their job for like obviously they go on like maternity leave for like most women probably do like a year, okay? And then when they're like, do you want to go back to work? A lot of them are like, no, I love this. Like, I don't want to go back to work. This is amazing. And I think they figure out that actually I quite like being an accessory to the lifestyle. And this is one thing that I've noticed in the last few years, and I've kind of like spotted a system that really works for men in terms of like online duality. And online duality, if you don't know, is your online presence. And it's basically become more important to look good online than it has in real life now. I know that sounds like very strange, but it's easier to script things and frame things and set things up than it is to actually do them in real life. So I'll give you an example. Like getting out of a car. Okay, if you were to get out of a car in real life, somebody watches you, oh yeah, it looks good. When you're getting out of a car in slow motion with a 4K camera and they're getting different angled shots, and you've in reality you've got out of that car 9 times in a row to get each shot from each angle and whatever and frame it in a certain way, you know, and it's taken a lot of time to set the car. Like, the car hasn't just been parked up there. You drove in, but in actuality you reversed it, drove it in, tried to get the perfect angle. There's the sun. Oh, the sun's dropping now, perfect shot. the real life version is nowhere near as good as the kind of setup version, the film version, if you would. And if you were to push that image out on socials, you would look like a fucking god. You would look amazing. You'd almost have that film effect. Do you know what I mean? Where everybody looks better in the movies because it's framed that way. It's made to make you look amazing. And in terms of online duality, I think, you know, connecting back to girls just want to have fun, any guy can present himself as a fantastic option to women by just showing that he has an interest in life. Okay, and I think the most important thing is travel. I think travel's a big one. I think if a guy shows that he's flying around the world, going to different places, he's always on a different flight, he's on a beach, you know, and then you add in something like having a nice body, wearing nice clothes, you know, throw in some decent assets, and the game is over. Okay, but I think the main core component to attracting women, to like framing yourself as a great option to these women and getting the most attention, is showing that you have an interest in life. You know, I seriously think, like I said, wearing a real nice suit, getting on a flight, going to like a luxurious city, staying in a nice villa or something like that, you know, up in the hills of Barcelona or something like that, with the sun, the sea, the beach and whatever, and you're going out, you're having food, you're like just enjoying the culture of the city. It shows that you've got wealth, it shows that you've got freedom, it shows that you've got an amazing life. And I think in this era where women have been forced to go and sit at a desk all day and work a job while they're at this 9 to 5 and they're seeing you on a beach enjoying yourself and whatever, and girls just want to have fun, it's like the most magnetic kind of effect that you can have. It just draws them to you. And like you'll check my social media, it's not that. That's not what I've done. I've framed my social media, as in First Man, to boost the business as much as possible. Okay, because I've done all my socials are built to attract men. Which sounds weird, right? But if I were to create a personal social, or if I were to start doing more of the online duality stuff on First Man social, which I probably will start doing, that's what I'd do. That would be my strategy. I would have, like, for example, I always talk to you guys about having a penthouse. Yeah, because the framing of a penthouse is amazing. You can be out on your rooftop, sipping on a glass of wine with a fire going, and you're doing a quick little video. You grab your phone and you just talk about, hey, life is good, I'm enjoying it, like this is amazing, I've got the wine, the fire, we sat out in my place. That to women is like porn. I'm telling you. Whereas if you were in like a £20 million Victorian home, she might be like, yeah, this guy's got money, but it's just not sexy. It doesn't draw you in. She doesn't want to be sat in that cold Victorian home, just sat there like, oh, okay, love, like, how are you? How was today? What was the weather like? Like, that shit is boring. Like, life setup, framing, that it's all a fucking thing, guys. There's an art to it. I'm actually going to write a book on this. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to include pictures, examples, whatever. I might have to do a course on life setup. I don't know. But what I want to do is do it first myself and then show you guys. But those are the kind of the keys for me. Like the sexiness of the life. Like I said, if you're in like a penthouse apartment, which might be way cheaper. It might be way cheaper than the other houses. It's just got great life setup. Like it's got a balcony, which is only like me to the camera away, but it's got a balcony and it's got like 2 sofas and a table. Like that alone is like, wow, that's fun. Like that shit can really help. And if you can frame it in the right way, you know, and just show that it's enjoyment, it's excitement, it's sexy, you're doing something different. You know, you just do a video, like a video of you like getting ready, like you're in the shower and the kind of bathroom is like high end, it's sleek, it's like all black and whatever. It's got like that cool roof lighting. And you're getting ready and your closet is like all lit up and the bedroom looks nice, and then you're going downstairs, you're getting in your car, you're driving to a restaurant, you just sit there having a meal with friends, having a laugh. If you were to put that out on social media, I guarantee you'd have about 50 women in your DMs very, very quickly. Like culture's a big thing for them. Like travel, food, fashion, kind of like I said, the framing. So you could be in a house that's worth 20 million, but it's just an old, cold Victorian house. Whereas you could be in a house that's worth 600,000, but it's got a terrace rooftop and it's in prime location. You know, somewhere like, let's say just the centre of Shoreditch whatever in London, and you're surrounded by bars and restaurants, and she's like, I want that life. I like that guy's life. It's cool. I like what he's doing. This is how you need to start changing your brains, guys, in that sense. And I'll tell you what, between now and releasing this video, I will do a mock kind of Instagram account, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll do like 3 different ones to give you a great example. And watch my Instagram closely as well, because I'm going to start doing all this shit in the future. I'm going to start doing all this stuff with travel. I'm going to start doing all this stuff with my car, like the clothes I wear. You know, probably the penthouse apartment and stuff like that, like some behind the scenes stuff, but more like, for example, right? If we were filming like a big movie for the streaming platform, and I filmed the meeting that we were discussing and whatever, it's kind of attractive. If I filmed behind the scenes of people like filming on set, kind of attractive. If I did a video of me driving up to the set in my nice car, and then I did like an interview with one of the actors who's like a high level actor who's got a lot of status or whatnot, and then I took everybody out, like all of the staff and all of the actors, if I took them all out for a meal, we all went up to like a rooftop bar or whatever, and we were having drinks and all chatting. The difference between the professional stuff and the like cultured, enjoyable lifestyle stuff would be night and day. So like, oh, business meeting, cool, but boring. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, or like behind the scenes, just filming, whatever. For us as men, that's so fucking cool. That's amazing. But just taking all of the staff and whatever up to like a rooftop bar and just enjoying all of that. You know, it's how many women would jump in your DMs. I swear to God, it'd be like 1 million. Because it's just like, it's the enjoyable things that they like. And, you know, life setup and framing is almost like marketing. It's like marketing your business, like you are your own business. This is what's weird about it. I'll give you an example, okay? If you were with a beautiful woman, you've landed one beautiful woman, you take her on holiday, you don't document it, right? Which is fair enough. Like, you just want to be there to enjoy it, which is, you know, that's something you want to do. So you don't have to do this. Like, I would actually prefer not to document it, but the results are so much better when you do. But let's say you don't document it, you come home, whatever. That's your kind of filling. Like, that's it. Until you meet another woman, you're not going to set another one up. But if you get to a point, okay, where you get smart with this shit and you can document that woman being on the beach with you, like you just say to, like when girls do that holding the hand picture and looking back and you can take a picture of her and stuff like that. Or she sat next to you in your car and you're just filming and whatever and you're like, oh, here we are, we're going, like, what do you think of this? And she's just talking and she's hot. It validates you. Okay, that Pete Davidson, everybody's going on about him at the moment. How does he get so many girls? He got one. He got one girl, which was Ariana Grande. Once he got her, every other girl was fair game. Because the whole world knew that he was with her. And as soon as that happens, it's almost like validation. And this is life setup. You've put yourself in a great position to attract one beautiful woman. You then film your experience with that woman. Hey, we're on a flight, we're in the car, we're going to the airport. Other women get jealous and they want that shit. They want that life. You and that beautiful woman are in a penthouse in Dubai. You better believe your DMs are going to be lit up. You better believe it. Because that's what's going to happen. They're like, I want that fucking life. I like what they're doing. Here's an example. She's all dressed up. You're going out that night. You're dressed up and whatnot. But girls will look at the woman and be like, she's all dressed up. She's living this amazing life. He's driving his nice car up to the restaurant door. You're walking in. Like, if you can film that somehow and show that, you can even, like, not encouraging faking it, but do you know what I mean, guys? Like, you just include little shots of that because not everyone can afford a videographer. So, like, you could even get the guy at the door, like, you go up to him and you're like, can you just film us walking in? This is what people are doing nowadays, okay? That's what I mean by faking. And not, like, sat on a private jet. I like those fake private jets that are actually on the runway. I hate that shit. What I'm talking about faking is, like, giving it to the doorman and being like, can you just film us walking in? This is literally what people are doing. And that one shot of you two walking in and going for a meal will make like 1 million other women want you. Like, this is how it's become now. They just, like, you being on a beach on a Wednesday is enough to get you any woman you want. Because look at your lifestyle. You framed it in that way. God, this guy's got a cool lifestyle. He's got some nice assets. Oh, he's sat up on his terrace rooftop, sipping on wine on a Friday night, having a chat with friends and whatnot. I want that life. I want to be a part of that. That looks cool. That looks fun. That's better than my life. That's a big part of this. It's better than my life. It's entertaining. I'm not going to get bored with this guy. There's the old quote, you can do anything you want to a woman except bore them. That's a big part of it. Do not bore them, okay? And if you can frame a life that looks fun, exciting, and I'll give you another great example that makes me look like shit. My current Instagram looks boring. Of course it does. Like, to us as men, it's like, fuck yeah, this guy's in the gym, great. Oh, he's making a video. Like, we love it. To women, they're like, I wouldn't want to, like, from the surface, if I was a woman, I'd look at that and I'd think, I don't really want to be with that guy. Just sat here making content, you know, the occasional video where he's shitting on a woman. And then you've got, oh, he's in the gym and he's lifting. Like, I want more than that. But then as soon as you include like the Range Rover that's coming tomorrow, as soon as I get like the penthouse, as soon as I'm doing like vlogs with my like upcoming streaming platform and what we're going to be doing with that and stuff like that, it becomes entertaining. As I start taking like one holiday every single month, or start talking about buying property over abroad, like, and stuff like that, suddenly their brains start to go, oh, that's exciting. I like that. I want to be, you know, on a beach. I want to be traveling the world. I love the culture thing. You can frame yourself. I can be in a real nice, like, expensive, let's say winter clothing's amazing, right? I can be in an amazing, like, winter trench coat and whatnot, dressed up, 10% body fat, looking like as sharp as I could possibly look. And I'm sat there in Paris sipping on a nice morning coffee or something like that. That's like porn for women. Guys need to understand this. Oh, he's in Paris. That means he's got money because he's able to do it. It's a Wednesday. I'm at work. I'm bored. He's dressed up real nice. He's a professional high-level man. Look how cultured it is. I want to be in Paris. I want to be doing that. We could be going shopping together. Their brains work in this way. And these like travel vlogging guys might be some of the smartest fuckers that have ever lived. They might be some of the smartest ones. Like the ones that are just tapping into culture. The ones that are just doing, you know, a beach holiday. They're on a boat that they've rented for the day and they're just like in Santorini and they're just like, they take a ton of pictures. I guarantee those guys, their DMs are just flying off the fucking charts. I guarantee they've got women left, right and center coming at them, because I think there is an exact system in place for modern women that they've almost been fed. It's almost like how, you know, in the previous generation, Disney got in girls' heads that you'll meet Prince Charming and you'll get married. Okay, and you'll live in a castle. In this generation, social media has trained women to believe you're going to get flown around the world. You're going to be on relentless holidays. You're going to be a lifestyle influencer. This is where their minds are at now. And the guys that are kind of portraying that exciting, enjoyable life, and you don't have to do all the things I spoke about. It just has to be interesting. I think that's the best results, but it just has to be interesting. Oh, he's at an event. He's at a premiere. He's at another meeting. He's meeting with these people. You know, just make it look fun. If you just make it look like you're doing stuff all the time and it's enjoyable stuff and it's something that other people would want to be a part of and it builds intrigue, then I think that's when you get that like 100x effect where women start chasing you. And it'll be a lot easier if I can bring up an example on screen. I'll like make one, you know, in the meantime, or I'll find somebody's channel. I think Renan Pacheco is a great example. Somebody who's actually done this and it just looks like he's living the coolest, fucking most enjoyable life and people are interested in being a part of that. Okay, and like I said, if you're with a woman and you've taken her like a city break or something to Madrid and you're like filming, or you're in Paris or whatever, like City of Love, and you're like filming you two sat at the table, or you're like filming her walking around by the Eiffel Tower and that's on your page, people then associate you with hot women. You know, other women then think, oh, he's at that level, he's high value. You're marketing yourself all the time. And like I said, that travel, cultured food, having a glass of wine on a rooftop balcony, like that sort of shit, for some reason in this generation, gets them. It just gets them. Like this is this generation's Prince Charming, Castle, Hugh Grant type of shit. That was like the 90s, early 2000s. This generation of women is all about that life setup. And I'll put something together so you guys can see it. Will give you a great example. And I'm going to start doing this on my own channel. But, you know, really start looking into this, guys, because I know how stupid this sounds, okay? I know how silly it sounds, but if all you have to do is enjoy your life and take some photos and document it, and your results are like 100x, and you're not having to put any real work in with women and they're coming to you, In my opinion, that's smarter than going on Tinder or approaching 50 women per day. You know, it might be more noble to go and do that approach, but why would you put the effort in? Isn't it much easier to just live a cool life and having women coming to you like a conveyor belt, one after the other? I think that's a way better strategy, in my opinion. It just makes your life easier. Check out the First Man Men's Lifestyle Supplement by using the links below.